Okay, so like everyone listening, I'm super curious about online language learning and what it can actually do.
Yeah,
All the possibilities.
right.
So that's what we're diving into today with Chapter 14, all about the virtual classroom.
Definitely.
We'll be looking at how this whole digital shift is changing language education and, what are the pros and cons,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we'll find some like hidden gems, some tips for actually getting the most out of it.
For sure. And I think what's fascinating is how it's not just about individual learners.
Yeah.
It's really changing the entire education landscape.
Wow.
Yeah, like just the sheer number of people learning online now, it's pushing everyone to rethink how we teach and learn languages.
I see what you mean. Like even how teachers are trained and
Exactly.
how traditional schools and universities are adapting their curriculums.
Yeah, and it's not slowing down anytime soon.
Right. It feels like the virtual classroom is breaking boundaries of what education can be. And speaking of breaking boundaries,
Yeah.
one of the biggest advantages of online language learning has to be the flexibility.
Right. Totally. I mean, the fact that you can connect with a teacher from anywhere in the world,
Right.
fit in lessons during your lunch break, or even practice vocabulary on your commute,
Right?
it's incredible.
Yeah, that's a total game changer,
Right.
especially for busy people.
For sure.
You're not tied to a physical location or a set schedule.
Makes language learning fit into your life.
Exactly, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And all this flexibility, it just goes hand in hand with all the interactive tools that are available in the virtual classroom,
Mm-hmm.
like Zoom.
Oh, for sure.
It's amazing how educators are using platforms like that in like such creative ways.
I know. It's fascinating how teachers are using breakout rooms
Oh, yeah.
for targeted language practice.
Right, like little virtual scenarios where small groups can practice.
Right. Ordering food in a restaurant or negotiating a business deal,
Yeah.
all in the target language.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's like stepping into a real life situation, but in a safe virtual environment.
Yeah.
And then you have tools like virtual whiteboards.
Yeah.
They're not just for brainstorming anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Teachers are using them to visually represent grammar concepts,
Wow.
create interactive vocabulary games,
Yeah.
and even have students work together on real-time translation exercises.
It's a far cry from those static whiteboards.
Right.
In traditional classrooms, it feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Absolutely.
And this whole ability to personalize the learning experience online is a huge advantage too.
Definitely. Platforms like Edmodo or Moodle,
Yeah.
they aren't just for delivering content.
Right.
They're providing data-driven insights that allow teachers to really adapt lessons to individual needs.
Like imagine getting real-time feedback on your pronunciation
Yes.
or your grammar, and the platform suggesting exercises based on your strengths and weaknesses.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's like having a personal language tutor
It is.
built into the platform.
Yeah, totally.
That could be incredible, especially for learners who haven't done well with traditional methods.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay, let's be real.
Okay.
It's not all perfect in the virtual classroom.
Of course not.
I mean, technical issues still happen,
Yeah, they do.
even with the best preparation.
Yeah, you can have connectivity problems,
Oh, for sure.
software glitches, even just like your device malfunctioning
Oh, I know.
that can really disrupt a lesson.
Yeah.
But what's encouraging is that educators are getting much better at coming up with backup plans
Right.
and troubleshooting on the fly.
Yeah, I've seen teachers smoothly switch to a different activity when a video call drops out, or use the chat feature if someone's microphone stops working.
It's all about adaptability.
Yeah, that's what makes the difference.
Exactly. And it's not just about dealing with technical stuff. It's also about the challenges of staying focused in an online environment.
Oh, that's so true.
We all have distractions at home,
Yes.
and staring at a screen all day can be tiring.
Screen fatigue is real. It is.
It affects everyone, teachers and students alike.
Yeah,
So I'm always curious how people deal with that,
Mhm.
make online learning more engaging.
right.
Do you have any strategies that work for you?
Well, one thing I find helpful is to include frequent breaks
Okay.
and movement in online lessons.
Yeah.
Even just like a 5-minute stretch break can help.
Right.
And encouraging students to set up a dedicated learning space
Okay.
free from distractions.
I like that.
It can really help them focus.
It's about creating a separation between our online and offline lives,
Exactly.
even though those lines are getting blurrier and blurrier.
Definitely.
So as we adapt to this digital world, how do we make sure we're accurately assessing learning and progress?
That's a great question because traditional testing methods
Yeah.
don't always work well online.
Right?
So educators are trying new things like project-based assessments,
Okay.
peer feedback, and even using AI to
Oh.
analyze language and find areas for improvement. It's fascinating how assessment is changing along with technology.
It really is.
Makes you think about all the different ways we've been evaluated online
Yeah.
and if those methods were actually effective.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all these advantages and challenges,
Mm-hmm.
what are some tips for making online language teaching really effective?
Well, mastering the technology you're using is key.
Okay.
It's not enough to just know the basics. You
Yeah.
need to explore those advanced features that can make things more engaging, like
Hello?
using breakout rooms for interactive activities,
Yeah.
or incorporating multimedia into your lessons.
It's like having a toolbox full of digital strategies.
Exactly.
But even the best tools are useless without clear communication, right?
Absolutely.
Setting clear expectations,
Yes,
providing detailed instructions,
for sure.
and being available to answer questions
Very important.
are all essential.
And don't forget about fostering a sense of community.
Oh, yeah, especially when you're missing out on those in-person interactions.
Exactly. Create opportunities for students to connect. Whether it's virtual study groups or online forums, that
Right.
can make a huge difference.
It's all about reminding them that they're part of a learning community,
Exactly.
even if it's virtual.
Yeah.
And that ties into personalization, doesn't it?
It does.
Recognizing that every learner is different
Mm-hmm.
and finding ways to support them individually.
Absolutely. And that could mean offering flexible deadlines,
Okay.
providing different learning resources to cater to different learning styles,
Yeah.
or simply taking the time to check in with students and see how they're doing.
It's that human connection that makes online learning more than just clicking through modules
Totally.
or watching videos.
It's about creating a supportive and engaging environment
Yeah.
where learners feel seen and heard and valued.
So we've looked at the advantages, the challenges, and some key strategies.
Mm-hmm.
But things are always changing.
They are.
What new trends are you seeing in online language learning?
Well, one of the most exciting things is gamification.
Oh, yeah.
Being integrated into online learning platforms.
Right.
Imagine learning vocabulary through video games
Oh,
or practicing grammar through interactive simulations.
that's amazing.
It's about making learning fun and engaging.
Yeah, like learning through the back door while you're having a blast.
Exactly.
I'm also curious about virtual reality and augmented reality in language education.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine stepping into a virtual Parisian cafe
All right.
to practice your French.
Or using your phone's camera
Yeah,
to see AR translations of things around you.
those technologies could totally change how we learn language.
Well, for sure. It's like bringing the world to you.
Exactly. But we also have to make sure these things are accessible to everyone.
Absolutely. Accessibility should be a top priority.
Right, regardless of their physical abilities or what technology they have access to.
It's about using technology to empower everyone.
Yeah, and connect people, not create more divisions.
That's right.
So another big trend is AI in language learning.
Definitely.
We talked about it a bit before,
Yeah,
but it's worth exploring further.
for sure.
I'm really interested in AI-powered tutors
Yeah.
and feedback systems, like
Okay.
having an AI that can analyze your writing
Right.
and suggest exercises based on your learning style.
It's like having a personalized language coach available 24/7.
That's incredible.
It is, but we can't forget that technology should enhance human learning,
Yeah.
not replace it.
It's all about finding that balance
Exactly.
between using technology and keeping that human connection.
Absolutely, because ultimately language learning is about connecting with people
Yeah.
and understanding different cultures.
So this has been a great overview of the evolution of the virtual classroom.
It has.
All the advantages and challenges
Mhm.
and the new trends that are emerging.
Yeah.
But before we get into specific online activities in part 2, is there one key takeaway you'd like our listeners to walk away with?
I think the biggest thing is that the virtual classroom is not just a replacement for traditional learning.
Right.
It's its own unique space
Yeah.
with its own set of possibilities and challenges.
I like that.
So, as we explore this new frontier,
Yeah.
let's be curious, adaptable, and committed to using technology
Yeah.
to create amazing learning experiences.
I love that. Beautifully said.
Thank you.
So join us in part 2 as we dive into specific examples of online language learning activities.
Definitely.
No matter your learning style or goals,
Yeah.
we'll be back soon to explore this exciting world together.
I can't wait.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the virtual classroom. We've talked about a lot,
We have.
from flexibility to human connection in the digital world. But now,
Yeah.
let's get into the actual activities that make online language learning work.
Yeah, let's get practical.
So we're moving from theory to practice.
Exactly.
Think of this as like a virtual toolkit for language learning.
That's a great way to put it.
with tons of different approaches for different learning styles and goals.
Exactly. There's something for everyone.
Okay, so let's start with one-on-one lessons.
Okay.
They've become super popular online. What's so exciting about them?
Well, imagine working with a tutor who creates a lesson plan just for you
Yeah.
based on your needs. Like if you want to be fluent in conversation,
Yeah.
or you're getting ready for an exam, or you need to learn business terminology.
It's like having a personal language coach
It is.
guiding you every step of the way.
Exactly.
And because it's online, you can find a tutor who specializes in your target language
Yes.
and your learning style, no matter where you are in the world.
It's amazing you have access to experts from all over.
And those one-on-one check-ins we talked about become even more important here.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just about going over the material. It's
Yeah.
about helping students overcome those individual challenges that can really hold them back.
Right, like struggling with grammar
Yeah.
or feeling discouraged.
Exactly. A good tutor can give you personalized guidance and support.
It's that human touch that makes the difference.
It really does.
Okay, so for people who like to learn with others,
Mm-hmm.
small group sessions are a great way to practice.
I love small group sessions.
Me too. So picture this.
Okay.
You and a few classmates from different countries
Yeah.
are doing a virtual role play,
Cool.
like ordering coffee in an Italian cafe or giving a presentation in Mandarin.
It's so immersive.
It is. It's a fun way to practice your skills in a safe environment.
And you can do collaborative tasks
Oh, yeah.
using shared documents and online platforms.
Right. Students can work together on presentations,
Mm,
brainstorm ideas for writing projects,
yeah.
or even make virtual travel guides for each other. It's amazing how technology can connect us across borders.
It really is.
Okay, let's talk about large group activities,
Mm.
like webinars and workshops.
Yeah,
They give you a chance to learn from experts
for sure.
and learn more about language and culture.
Imagine attending a webinar led by a famous linguist
Wow.
who's talking about the history of your target language.
That would be so
Or a virtual workshop on intercultural communication where you
Yeah.
can share ideas with people from different backgrounds.
It's like opening a window to the world,
It is.
going beyond textbooks and grammar rules.
Absolutely. And those real-time interactions are so valuable.
But online learning isn't just about live activities, right?
Right. We also have asynchronous activities,
Like what?
like discussion boards and recorded lessons.
Yeah.
They offer flexibility and work for different learning styles.
So discussion boards are like virtual cafes
I like that analogy.
where you can share your thoughts and respond to prompts.
At your own pace.
Yeah. And recorded lessons are great for visual learners
Yes.
who need to see and hear things multiple times.
Or for auditory learners.
Right.
Who can go back and listen again whenever they want.
It's all about giving learners control over how they learn.
Exactly. Letting them choose what works best for them.
But what really makes online language learning special are those interactive projects
Oh, yeah.
that connect the virtual world with the real world,
For sure.
like virtual pen pal programs,
I love those.
where you can practice with a partner from another country.
It's not just about exchanging messages.
Right.
It's about making real connections.
Yeah.
Sharing culture and using the language in a real context.
And for creative people,
Yeah.
there are digital storytelling platforms
Oh, those are fun.
where you can combine language learning with visual expression.
You can make animated videos,
Wow.
interactive comics,
Yeah.
even virtual museum exhibits.
All in your target language.
It's a great way to bring language learning to life.
So, as you can see, the possibilities for online activities are endless.
They really are.
It's about finding the right mix of activities
Mm-hmm.
that you enjoy, that challenge you, and make learning fun.
Absolutely. It should be an adventure.
So, as we move on to part 3,
Okay.
where we'll talk about the future of online language learning, what's one last thought you want to leave our listeners with?
I would say embrace all the different approaches,
Okay.
experiment, don't be afraid to try new things,
Yeah,
and find what works best for you.
I love that.
The virtual classroom is full of possibilities just waiting to be explored.
All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into the virtual classroom. We've covered so much already.
We have. It's been quite a journey.
It has, from like the history to the advantages, the challenges, and even all those cool activities.
Right. We've really explored it all.
We have, and now it's time to look ahead. What does the future hold for language learning in this constantly evolving digital world?
Well, the future is definitely exciting, and one of the biggest things everyone's talking about is artificial intelligence.
AI, yeah, we touched on it a bit earlier,
You did.
but it's such a fascinating and rapidly developing field.
It really is.
So what specifically excites you about AI's potential in language learning?
Well, just imagine AI-powered language tutors that can listen to you speak and give you personalized feedback on your pronunciation,
Wow.
and even adjust the lessons based on how you're doing.
So it's like having a language expert available all the time.
Exactly, guiding you every step of the way.
That sounds almost too good to be true, like science fiction.
I know, it's incredible.
But as with any powerful technology, we need to think about the potential downsides as well.
Right, of course.
What are some of the challenges we might face as AI becomes more integrated into language learning?
Well, one concern is making sure AI is used ethically.
Right, that makes sense.
And responsibly, we don't want to become overly reliant on AI. And we have to remember that it should complement human learning,
Right.
not replace it completely.
Because language is about so much more than just rules and grammar.
Exactly. It's about connecting with people
Yeah,
and understanding different cultures.
it's a human experience.
It is.
And speaking of challenges, we can't forget about the digital divide.
Oh, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
a crucial issue.
How do we make sure everyone benefits from these technological advancements?
Right. It's about equity and access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless of their background or location.
Everyone should have the opportunity to learn and grow.
So bridging the digital divide is really important.
It is. It's a shared responsibility.
Yeah, involving governments, schools, and tech companies.
We all need to work together to find solutions.
As we think about the future of online language learning, what other trends are you seeing?
Well, one that I'm particularly excited about is the integration of virtual reality and augmented reality.
VR and AR. Oh, wow.
Imagine being able to step into a virtual environment,
Okay.
like a Parisian cafe, to practice your French,
That would be amazing.
or use your phone to see AR translations of objects around you.
It's like bringing the world to your fingertips.
Exactly. And these technologies can create truly immersive and engaging learning experiences.
They could totally change how we learn and interact with languages.
They could.
But again, accessibility is key.
Absolutely. We need to make sure these advancements are available to everyone.
Right, regardless of their physical abilities or resources.
We need to design these experiences with inclusivity in mind.
It's a reminder that technology should empower us
It should.
and connect us, not create more barriers.
I completely agree.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the virtual classroom, what's one final thought you want to leave our listeners with?
I would say the future of online language learning is full of potential,
It is. It's exciting.
but it's up to all of us to shape it responsibly.
I like that. What do you mean by that?
I mean, we need to approach this new landscape with curiosity,
Oh,
with
do it.
critical thinking, and with a commitment to using technology for good.
To make learning inclusive,
Yes.
engaging, and transformative.
Exactly. The virtual classroom is just the beginning of an incredible journey.
That's a great way to put it.
Thank you.
It's an invitation to explore the possibilities, navigate the challenges, and shape a future where anyone can learn languages and connect with the world.
I love that. That's what it's all about.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the virtual classroom.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've learned some valuable insights
I hope so.
and feel inspired to continue your language learning journey.
Me too.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep connecting.
The world is waiting.
And remember, the journey of learning is ultimately about human connection,
Absolutely.
curiosity, and the joy of discovery.